I want to focus on just some rules, okay, that you can live by, that literally if you ignore, you will break your heart. Number one, you've heard me say this before, you will break your heart. It is a guarantee if you continue to settle in your life. Okay, and I'm not just talking about relationships, guys. I'm not a relationship coach. Okay, I'm talking about holistically, whatever that means to you, right? When you settle, settling leads to suffering, period. When you stay in a place and you settle and you ignore your standards and you lower yourself for whatever reason, right? Maybe it's to make people comfortable around you. Some of us are settling in our dreams. Some of us are settling in our friendships. Some of us are settling in our health. When you start to settle, I promise you this, it will lead to suffering, period. And it's the perfect recipe for you to break your heart. Some of us, we are programmed to accept less in our life because it's comfortable or because we want to make other people around us comfortable. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you got to lower yourself to make other people around you comfortable, that should let you know the company that you're keeping aren't company that you should continue to keep. Facts. But if you continue to settle for less and ignore the standards and lower yourself and ignore your worth, you will continue to break your heart. Point blank, period. Straight up. You will continue to break your heart. And I see so many people suffering because they are settling in so many areas of their life. Right? Settling even with the responsibility you have for yourself. Some of us know what we should be doing in our life, but we continue to accept comfort. And you heard me say this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. When you choose to accept comfort, all it does is equal. When you plant the seed of comfort, you will reap the harvest of an uncomfortable life. Okay? When you plant the seed of comfort, tweet this to me, you will reap the harvest of an uncomfortable life. And it's the same vice versa. When you plant the seed of uncomfort, right now I'm uncomfortable. Ain't nothing comfortable on these country roads, seeing donkeys and everything else on the road, smelling like crap, right? I got to worry about the snakes coming out, coyotes, all. Ain't nothing comfortable about this. But I know in this uncomfort is going to lead to me more comfortable in my health, more comfortable in my energy, more comfortable in my mindset as I conquer today. All right, so number one, when you settle, you will break your heart. Okay, that is number one. Number two, another perfect recipe to break your heart. Okay, another perfect recipe to break your heart is not keeping the damn promises that you have made to yourself. Not keeping the commitments that you made to yourself. You want to break your heart? Start ignoring the promises that you made. Some of you have made promises to yourself that I'm going to never do that again. This is the last time, right? I'm going to start this. I'm going to continue to move forward, and I salute you for making the choice. But we all know change doesn't happen by choice. Change starts with choice. But we got to have commitment and consistency to see that change play out. But some of us, we have promised all these things. I'm no longer going to do this. I'm no longer going to be around this. I'm going to start this. And then every time inconvenience shows up, you stop showing up. Right? Every time inconvenience shows up, you turn your back on yourself. And you ignore the promises that you made to yourself. Because obviously you made those promises, those commitments for a reason. You needed to. You didn't just make it for no reason. But when you sit here and you ignore the promises that you made to yourself. When you say, you know what, last time was the last time. And then, next time is the last time. The next time is, some of us been saying it's the last time for the last 20 years of our life. And I know it's easier said than done, guys. I'm not casting blame upon you. I know it's easier said than done. But some of us, we've said, man, you know what? I'm no longer going to do this. And then you're still doing it. And then you wonder why you feel the way you feel. Right? You got to really make a damn choice and stay committed to it. There's a reason why you feel like this is not serving your life anymore. But Trent, if you live in the buts, right? If you live in the buts, if you live in the buts, but this, but that, I promise you will continue to break your heart. You will continue to break your heart because you're no longer keeping the promises that you have made to yourself. So when you settle for less, you will break you will break your heart. When you ignore the promises, when you no longer keep the promises that you made to you, you will break your heart. And last but not least, when you accept the version of you that the world has made you become, you will break your heart. What do you mean by this, Trent? When the world has told you that you're not enough, when the world has put lies in you, when the world has told you that you got to be this in order to be that, when somebody's told you that, you need to be this in order to be in my life, and you accept that. And now you become a person that you ain't meant to become, and you wonder why your heart feels empty. You wonder why your soul feels tired because you're trying to keep up with a person that ain't meant for you to keep up with. You're trying to run a race that ain't meant for you to run. And you wonder why you're tired. And some of us, what we do is we believe the lies, right? We believe the lies society puts on us, and then we put ourselves in our box. And when we keep ourselves in a box, we feel imprisoned. We feel trapped. We feel encaged. We feel miserable. That's when anxiety sets in, depression sets in, because we feel like we can't go anywhere because we put ourselves in the box. Break free of that box today. And everybody ain't going to like the you outside of that box. Everybody ain't going to agree with the you outside of that box. The world might shun you. The world might criticize you. The world might condemn you. But at least I would rather, it's a quote out there, and I'm going to leave you with this. This is something that I live by, right? Everybody ain't going to like me. You ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea, right? You ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea. You ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea. But as long as you're your own cup of tea, it's all good, right? You ain't going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm going to leave you with this quote as I finish my run, because I got to go today. This is my quote to you when it comes to this. And it's a question. Would you rather be, from the late, great Nipsey Hussle, would you rather be at war with yourself? I'm going to slow down on this. Would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world? Or would you rather be at war with the world and at peace with yourself? Some of us, we at peace with the world because we ignoring everything that we know we should be doing. And we are choosing internal war for external peace, instead of choosing internal peace for whatever else comes with that. Because I'll tell you right now, I would rather be at peace with myself and be at war with the world than sit here and live a life for everybody else while I'm saying no to myself. You will break your heart by saying yes to everybody else because you want to make them feel comfortable, because you don't want their judgment, because you don't want them talking about you. And those same people going to be talking about you anyway. Once you stop doing what they want you to do, they're going to start talking about you then. Once you stop doing what they want you to do, then you become the bad person. You can do a million things right, but once you stop doing that one thing, that's when they're going to criticize you. That's when they're going to condemn you. That's when they're going to kick you while you're down. That's when they're going to tell the world and try to throw dirt on your name. Be at peace with yourself, man. Because when you ain't at peace with yourself, you're going to continue to break your heart over and over and over again. So if you got nothing from this live, okay, ask yourself those three things. Am I settling for less holistically? Am I keeping the promises that I'm making to myself? And number three, am I choosing peace within? And if you can say yes, then your life will be in a better place. But you have to choose that. You have to choose that. Can't nobody do it but you. Can't nobody do it but you. And I know some of y'all struggle with walking away, leaving things behind, all of that stuff. The thing I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said this exercise a million times, picture your life 3 years from now with that situation still in your life. Picture your, oh man, I got to go, man, because I got to finish this run. Picture your life 3 years from now carrying that same heavy weight, okay? Every single day. And every single day, the weight that you carry doesn't stay the same. It gets heavier because you get weaker. Because you get weaker. And you're carrying this weight for 3 years because you didn't make a change, because you didn't make a choice, because you didn't keep the promises that you made to yourself, because you didn't honor what you know that you needed. You didn't respect your peace. You didn't protect your peace. You didn't live in peace. And you carry that weight. Some of us, we're carrying weight and we wonder why we're tired. You might say, Trent, it's just a little bit. But guess what? That little bit turns to a lot, because the longer you carry weight, the heavier it becomes. Not because the weight changes, but because you get weaker. And some of us are carrying a necessary weight in our life. A necessary weight in our life. And sometimes we got to carry the weight to make us stronger. But when you carry weight longer than what you're supposed to, you don't become stronger, you become weaker. So my challenge to everybody on here is to drop the weight. To drop it. And stop carrying that weight, because 3 years from now it's going to show up. 2024 is going to show up. And either you're going to show up as a more peaceful you, a better you, a freer you, or you're going to show up in 2024 in a deeper prison, in a deeper bondage, with more chains. My friend, that's up to you. Stop carrying unnecessary weight in your life, because the weights that we carry don't get heavier. We just get weaker. I love you. You are peace. You are free. You are healed. And I want to do this with you right now as we wrap this up. I'm going to have to pick up my pace on the way back for y'all, man. Y'all going to make me get out of pace, but I'm feeling in my heart to keep talking to y'all. When I say I am, I'm not going to say anything after that. I want you to I don't even want you to say nothing. Okay? I just want you to say, hear it, say it. When I say I am, I want you to let your soul tell you what you need. You ain't got to say it. Your soul knows what you need. God knows what you need. I am. I am. I am. I am. Maybe that's peace. Maybe that's you being fearless. Maybe that's healing. Your soul needs. Maybe that's courage. Your soul knows what you need. And I don't know when you said that, if you felt something in your soul. I know I did. I felt a little tingle in my spirit where I felt that I already knew what I needed. I already knew what I needed. I don't have to say it. But just continue to walk in your light today. Continue to walk in your peace today. All right, continue to respect your boundaries today. Continue to know your worth today. And just focus on what you can control today. That's it. That's it. We can't control a lot of things, but we can control some things. Let's honor the things that we can control.